You know, as we talk about the landscape of movies, TV and streaming, it's become a very huge piece of the puzzle is sports and streaming. We've talked about that a lot. That's become like the holy grail, really, for a lot of the streaming platforms. And we've talked about some of the streaming numbers. Well, last night at the Super Bowl, they, of course, had this big halftime show with Bad Bunny. The way I was taught to pronounce it when I went to his concert in Las Vegas last year. And it set the all-time record for most views of a halftime show. CBS News wrote the following. Bad Bunny, born, and I know I'm going to butcher this, Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
Not bad. Not bad.
I got close there. I got close. Is one of the most streamed artists on the planet, if the most streamed artist on the planet. Early figures show that it was the most watched halftime performance of all time with more than 135 million viewers. By the way, they've updated that now to 142 million viewers.
That's incredible.
During the performance, he gave a shout out to the countries across the Americas. In the one and only lines in English, he said, "God bless America." All right. I want to talk about this for a second. It's a little bit outside of the normal parameters of what we talk about here on my show, but the name of the show is the John Campea Show. I get to talk about what I want. I got to tell you this. I was watching this show last night, and let me back up to a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. Ann and I are in Las Vegas, and we decided we're going to go to a Bad Bunny concert because Ann loves Bad Bunny. I don't understand a thing Bad Bunny says because I'm I speak English, little bit of French, little bit of Italian, really not much Spanish whatsoever. I don't have the Spanish gene in me, if you will. But my wife really wanted to go see Bad Bunny. And I'm like, okay, we can go. And in Las Vegas, we go see this Bad Bunny concert. And I got to tell you guys, I remember talking about this after I saw it. I didn't understand a single word the entire night. Not a word. Not a single thing. God damn it, if my hips didn't start moving. There you go. Clip that out and make it.
There you go.
If I didn't feel the energy in the building, and I got to tell you, man, I came out and my wife is like, "What did you think?" And I'm like, "Listen, I don't know a single thing he said. But damn, if that kid doesn't put on a good show. If that kid doesn't put on a good show." And I was just enraptured by the music and the energy of it. And I had a blast. Not as much fun as I had at like the U2 concert the night before, but
sure.
I had an absolute blast. So out comes Bad Bunny to do this thing last night. And something happened that I wasn't expecting. I got emotional. As a Canadian living in the United States, I got emotional. And I'll tell you why. And I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way. It's going to ruffle some feathers, but just hear me out. You know, Jonathan, it was the first time in a while as a Canadian living in the United States that I felt proud to be living in the United States. As I saw this celebration of this one part of the United States people celebrating and being celebrated. And you know, that part near the end when this huge procession of the people dancing and they're carrying all the flags with the United States flag at the front. And me and a lot of other Canadians seeing the Canadian flag going, doing our best Leonardo DiCaprio from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Hey,
there's the Canadian flag.
I can't do the whistle, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it either. There's a Canadian flag. And this celebration of it as he comes out with it and the celebration of the culture. And how cool was it that they actually had a couple actually got married?
Yeah, I thought.
We're watching that. We're thinking, that actually looks real. Turns out it was real.
That was crazy.
That was absolutely. And Bad Bunny signed their thing as their official witness. So between that and everybody partying and you got Mandalorian on the stoop and Sue Storm out there on the stoop dancing away to it too, and going through the different progressions of celebrating this people and this culture that is part of the American experience. And I remember watching that, and again, like I said, I know this will come across the wrong way, but take it for what it is. It was the first time in a very long time that I felt proud that I actually lived here. You know, a couple of Super Bowls ago, the Super Bowl halftime show celebrated the people, culture, and music of Los Angeles. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Dre and Snoop and Eminem. And
That was honestly, that was one of my favorites, just because that was the era I was coming into my own, and yeah.
Oh, great halftime show, man. That was a great halftime show. But it really was a celebration of the people and culture of Los Angeles. And the thing is, to celebrate Los Angeles is to celebrate America. Because Los Angeles and its people are part of the American experience. The people and culture of everybody who's born in Puerto Rico and are therefore American citizens is part of the American experience. And therefore, to celebrate Puerto Rico, to celebrate Los Angeles, to celebrate Dallas, to celebrate Atlanta, to celebrate Fort Worth, or to celebrate Miami, is to celebrate America. And I think there's a part of the cultural experience that has been lost in the recognition of the thing that makes America great is its diversity.
It's not a monolith.
It is what makes America great. That you have all the strengths, and you have all the richness, and you have all the quirks, and you have all of that of not one, as you put it, Jonathan, monolithic pattern. We want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mando. Hey guys, I may be married now, but I remember the whole checklist we'd all go through before a first date, right? Fresh haircut, clean car, maybe you're replaying a conversation in your head like, don't screw this up. But the one thing that is absolutely non-negotiable, deodorant. And that's why for a while now, I've been using Mando. What I love most is how confident it makes me feel knowing odor is just handled, like not masked, handled. Mando is a whole body deodorant, so you can use it anywhere. Pits, feet, thighs, wherever you need it. And yeah, that peace of mind is real. My personal favorite is the solid stick. It's super easy to use, goes on clean, and it just works all day. It's created by a doctor, and it's clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours, which is wild. Some guys try to cover odor with scent. Mando men get the job done right. Don't mask it, Mando it. You can find Mando at major retailers, but for the best deal, head to shopmando.com. For a limited time, new customers get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping when you use my code Campea at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com, code Campea. Support the show and check them out. Mando's got you covered.
If you look at around the nations that are monolithic in their governance, in their restrictions, and they're not really the governments that are the most excelling in the world economy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it opens up culturally,
and it opens it up to more better culture, in technological advances. You bringing in minds from all over. Yeah.
Even just culturally, like what it adds to the tapestry of what it is to be America. It's the thing that has made countries like Canada and European countries and Asian countries and other countries around the world over the last number of decades look to America not just as an inspiration, but of hope and a sense too of what other nations can aspire to be. It is that diversity that has made America what it is and makes it, and really in many ways, what has made it stand out so much. On the other side of the coin, they had this other broadcast that I have no problem with there being an alternative broadcast, right? Because like Bad Bunny's music isn't for everybody. What if you don't want to watch Bad Bunny? You want to watch something else? I have no problem with that. That is great. But the thing was, They set up this other halftime show in an undisclosed location in front of about 100 people that was literally set up as and advertised as a protest. And they called it the All-American. And it's like, you do know that Bad Bunny is a born American citizen, right? Yet you do know that, right? And, you know, it was set up as a protest because Bad Bunny wasn't American enough. He's not American enough. And I see some of these talking mouthpieces on my television and online talking about how, man, they couldn't even get an American to do the halftime show. Number one, he is American. Born American citizen, my friends. But you know what's funny? I don't remember those talking mouthpieces complaining when Shania Twain did the halftime show.
Yeah.
She's a good Canadian girl, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't remember those.
Here.
I don't remember those talking mouthpieces when The Who did it. I don't remember those talking mouthpieces complaining about don't even have an American when the Rolling Stones hosted it. I don't remember the talking mouthpieces complaining when Paul McCartney. What they really meant by American is white. They wanted the all white. And I'm sorry, but if a record-setting number of people in the United States of America, and if people from all over the world can watch what this great American sport of football put on last night as something anything less than inspiring and motivating and emotionally moving and truly telling the American story through it.
Mm-hmm. It was a really cool. It was a really cool like set piece.
Yeah, as a set piece, the choreography, the whole bit. But if you feel that in the midst of all that, you need to set up the protest thing and call it the All-American, I'm sorry, you don't love America. Because that was America on display last night. That was the best of America on display last night. That was the richness of America on display last night. The problem is not that you love America. The problem is you don't love America. You only love one certainly very finely defined portion of America. To love America is to love its richness. To love America is to love the family of America. To love America is to love and embrace and celebrate the diversity of America and all of these stories that make it up. And that's why I, as somebody who am not American, could live here last night, watch that show, and actually get emotional, and for the first time in a while, feel actually really proud that I lived here. And I just thought it was great, and I loved seeing the numbers and all that kind of stuff. It was motivating and moving, and I didn't understand a damn thing that kid said.
Yeah, but you
other
understood
than
the
God
story.
bless America at the end.
But you also understood the story that they were telling.
Oh, yeah, you could feel it. You
Yeah.
could feel the story and the celebration of the culture and the heritage and all that kind of stuff. A culture and heritage that is America. And I got to tell you what, it's been a while since something broadcast on American television moved me like that. And it did. And again, it made me proud to live here. And good job to everybody at the Super Bowl. Good job to Bad Bunny and the people who put that thing together. Lady Gaga doing her thing there too. It was great. And congratulations to the couple that got married. And seen Pedro Pascal there.
I know, right?
Dancing around on the
I was
thing.
like, when I saw him, I'm like, geez, he's even cast in this?
Yeah, you
everywhere.
gotta put him in everything.
Yeah.
Like, damn it. But yeah, I had a great time watching it, and so there's anyway, guys. Getting off my soapbox here now. Question is for you. What did you think? I mean, last night they say now 142 point something is now the adjusted number.
Jeez.
The highest thing, just beating out the one from last year, which was Kendrick Lamar last year, which was
Right.
also a hell of a halftime show. Anyway, whatever you guys thought, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.